Welcome back to the Oddcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ricky.
And we're just two odd dudes who decided to start a podcast.
And today we're talking about traveling and the ups and downs.
Have you traveled recently?
Did you get it? It was an airplane.
Oh, the ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
Yeah.
Have I traveled recently? Well, by car, yeah.
Oh, how about by foot?
Yes.
Travel by car to a distant-ish land?
Distant-ish land?
Yeah, because you went to Vegas. That's what.
Yes.
Was that what you're referencing?
Yes.
Got it.
I also went to your wedding.
Yeah, that's not that distant though. That's like an hour and a half. Would you
That's a
consider?
distance.
What would you consider traveling? Would it be when you're staying the night somewhere else than you're at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And let's be clear, Alex. For your bachelor party, I traveled a lot.
You did travel
sir.
a lot.
That was a lot of mileage in a day and a half.
Yep, it was. It was great. It was a really good time.
Today we're going to talk about how we like to travel, where we want to travel, the goods and bads of the traveling.
Yep.
The ways to travel and not to travel, because there are wrong ways to travel.
Yeah, like by ferry. Who even does that anymore?
Well, some people. Depends on where you're going. Some places you can only get there by ferry.
I know. I've actually traveled by ferry within the last 3 years.
To Neverland?
To Neverland. I went to Neverland.
All right.
There's just a ferry there. It goes off the Oregon coast. It's great.
To Neverland. You ready to get in this?
Oh yeah.
Let's get to the Oddcast.
So I recently went to Puerto Rico. We talked about this. I recently went to Puerto Rico for my honeymoon, and learned how my wife travels, which is great because it's actually very similar to me. So it wasn't like we had to.
Wait, so you guys didn't take two different forms of travel to get there?
No, we both
traveled
both
similarly?
took ferry.
Yeah. All right, the ferry.
Yeah, the ferry.
Yeah.
But it was nice because
The one that left from Phoenix?
From Phoenix, yeah. You go to Lake Pleasant, and if you take a ferry to a water plane.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. This is interesting.
Yeah, it's really great. It's
I've
quite
never
an
traveled
experience.
that way before.
Oh, you should. You definitely should. Vomited a few times.
Yeah, that's
But-
fair enough.
I mean, that's what you know is a good travel experience, you know?
So you travel similarly.
Yeah, as far as like the
Similarly.
questions we asked, about like what kind of bags do you pack, what seats do you prefer, things like that, or how soon do you get to the airport. We had similar like time frames there, which was nice. So it wasn't like any extra stressor.
Yeah. Did you pack a bag together?
No. But I did like put a couple of her things in one of my bags.
So she had a bag and a half.
No,
Wow.
she had a bag and like a cardigan in my bag.
If it was just a cardigan, why didn't she just put it in her bag?
I think because she just didn't pack it, and she'd already finished her packing, and I was finishing my backpack, so she's like, can I put that in there? And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
It's nice.
Yeah.
You got to get just one real big bag.
No, because then we have to check it.
Yeah. It's fine. Go travel Southwest, man. Free check bag.
No, but if you can get a cheaper flight and you get a free carry-on, why not do that?
Because you get a free carry-on everywhere. Why not just have a nicer flight and get the free check bag?
It's the
it
same
all equals out, man.
It's the same quality of flight. I just don't have to pay for a checked bag.
I don't have to pay for a check bag either if I go
Yeah,
to
but
Southwest.
you have to pay for Southwest, which is more expensive.
That is not true.
But in this
Southwest
case,
is cheap, man.
In this case,
we're going to get sponsored by Southwest and you're going to look a fool.
I would. Okay, hold on. Let me say
Southwest,
this.
they have like $89 flights to
It is
anywhere in
amazing.
the world.
No, that's not true.
You could go to China probably. It's
the
like
Puerto
$8.
Rico one was not cheaper. So we went. We went JetBlue. I don't ever like intentionally choose JetBlue when it was cheaper. Totally fine. Hey,
How long
It
were you
was-
guys
it
in
was
Puerto
totally-
Rico?
for a week.
And you just one check bag each?
No, we did a checked bag, and we both carried our like Cotopaxi backpacks.
Your what backpack?
Cotopaxi.
You said that like I was supposed to know what
Probably
it is.
shouldn't have said the brand. Maybe somebody who listens knows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was
They're
kinda-
they're the
that was
really
kinda
bright, colorful
nerdish.
ones that we have.
Oh, the one with a llama on it.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's an alpaca, but I mean, it shows how cultured you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know what a Cotaflaxi
It's
maxi
a Puerto Rico thing.
thing is.
It's not. It's not really.
It's a
not.
Puerto Rico. We bought them in Puerto Rico and we had them shipped here and then we
So
took
we
them.
went, and then, yeah, you can only get them from a local. It cost us $48 to get them back, but we didn't want to check a bag.
Yeah. We just shipped everything
Yeah.
to ourselves. We mailed it ahead of
mailed
time.
it, yeah.
All right, so let's get into these. First off, we asked people if they like to travel, and 97% of people said they do. The fact that 3% of people said they don't like to travel. So
Right? I know.
everyone should like to travel. But
Actually-
here's the problem. Here's the
Yeah.
problem. if you don't like planes,
Yeah.
and you put a picture of a plane, and they assumed plane, maybe they just don't like planes.
Right.
Which, fair enough. But there's other forms of traveling.
That's
Car
true. That's
is
true.
traveling. Ferry.
Bike.
Train.
You could bike across. You could bike to somewhere to sleep.
You could hike. You could do the Arizona Trail.
Yeah, that's
It's a
true.
long travel.
Yeah.
You're staying. I think travel has to be defined, but you have to stay the night somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, but we can't count like kids having sleepovers.
No.
I think you need to leave the city.
Yeah.
Because like if I went to Scottsdale and stayed the night at a hotel, I don't think that would be traveling.
No.
Because that's still the greater Phoenix area. But
Yeah.
I get like, you
And
know,
it-
like
I don't think
Flagstaff or something.
it can't be like a distance thing either. Because like when I go to work, it's 50 miles from my house to my
Right,
work.
right.
So I drive 100 miles every day.
I think you have to leave. I think it's relative to the person's understanding of their surroundings, right? So if you leave a place that you're unfamiliar with, or leave a place that you are familiar with to a place that you are unfamiliar with, and then stay the night there, I'd say that is traveling.
Well, what if you have like a stay away cabin? That's a place you're familiar with.
That's true. That's true. It's a poor.
Yeah, we're not
poor definition.
We're not rich like that, so we don't have that.
Yeah.
But maybe one day.
I know people who do, which maybe I can
You
ask.
know, we should buy land and we just put a box on the land. Then we got a stay away cabin.
Just a box,
We'll stay in the box.
like a cardboard box.
Yeah,
We could at least make it
if
a
you've
wood
got
box.
a good imagination, cardboard box is great. It's
That's
SpongeBob.
true. We got to buy something that will come in a big enough box, though.
Yeah,
Like a vanity. Do you still have?
chop that box up.
Dang it.
In anger. All right, so well, let's get into this because you already started talking about it. How much do you pack for a week-long trip? So you're gone a week,
Yeah. Well, I already told you my answer.
right? So you pack a carry-on. How big is your carry-on? You're
It's-
not the
it's-
guy that brings like a giant carry-on, right? That takes up the whole space.
No,
Because that guy's annoying.
I bring a carry-on.
girl.
Wait. The carry-on is the one you pack above.
Yeah.
But the carry-on can only be a very specific size. They have
Yeah,
like,
but there's always people that are pushing that thing.
I don't know, they have a little
I've
thing
showed
that they
up
have
and
you put
people
in.
have like a giant big old bag up there and they're like shoving it into the thing.
Really?
And you're like, yeah.
Oh.
There's
Well,
always people that cheat the rule, man.
Probably. If it's too big, like if the person, the flight attendant, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's them who's out there, but like in front of the gate, there's a little like measuring box or whatever that you have to put it in, and if it fits in there, then you're like, okay, you can bring it.
But that's only if they see you.
That's only if they see you. You're right. But mine perfectly fits that. It's it's like one of those hard case carry-on bags that's designed to be a carry-on size.
So it's like it's an actual luggage
Yes, yeah.
piece that is a carry-on.
That you could carry either as like on the side like a briefcase, or
Yeah.
you can roll it.
Man, you are screwed if all of a sudden they're like, you know what? We need to cut down carry-ons by half an inch. And you're like,
That's true.
won't
Actually,
fit anymore.
I'm not because there's a zipper to where you can make it tighter if you want it to be, more squished,
Just
and it fits either way.
Squeezing as much
Yeah,
as you
it's all clothes anyway.
can. Yeah. And then you carry a backpack
Yeah,
that you put underneath the seat.
It was like
buddy.
I don't know, like a 6 liter.
Yeah. Usually my backpack that I carry on, because I don't normally bring a carry-on.
Yeah.
Like we haven't traveled a ton by plane since we've been married, but usually we'll do a check bag because we normally fly Southwest. We just wait till it's cheaper. We haven't gone international, so that's why Southwest has made more sense. And so we just check a bag, and usually Eric and we have one big duffel bag, and then we just check the one together.
Yeah.
Just pack everything in there. She gets one half, I get one half. She gets a little more than one half.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because you've seen how I pack, and
Yeah.
it's a work of art.
It's you roll everything, right?
No,
Is that not you? Who does
it's
that?
not me.
I know
don't
Tony
who
does that, but I thought you did that
I
too.
put everything in Ziploc bags.
Oh yeah, you vacuum seal everything basically. Yeah.
And then I write, because I lay out each day's worth of clothes.
Yep.
And then I put it in a 1 gallon Ziploc, and I close it, unless it's like jeans or something that won't fit in there.
Yeah.
Then I close it, and I suck all the air out of that thing. I just squeeze it out, and I write
With
what
a
day
straw?
it's for. No, I just go
Okay, yeah.
with my hands, right? And then I write what day it's for. Genius. Then I'm not like getting
That
there.
is really smart.
And there's the people that get there and are like, oh, I have to wear this outfit that doesn't match anymore.
Because they didn't plan it
'Cause
out.
They didn't plan it out. I plan it out, man.
See?
Big
I don't
brain
have
energy.
that problem because I just rewear stuff. I'm just kidding.
The same outfit every day.
My underwear doesn't match. I'll just wear yesterday's underwear.
Ew. So normally we do that, but I don't typically bring a carry-on, but it's one of the reasons because I ease my conscience of carrying a giant backpack, because the backpack I carry every day is the same backpack I take on plane with me with my laptop and all my books. And it doesn't really ever fit underneath the seat in front of me, but I just kind of like take the books out and put them next to me and make it fit while they like look, and then I take it out, put the books back.
Right.
Haven't got caught yet.
So what do you mean it eases your conscience?
Because for me, there is a social stigma with traveling and not wanting to be the person that has a gigantic carry-on and also a gigantic backpack, and you're just taking up all its space. There's not a lot of room in a plane.
Interesting.
And people that are like inconsiderate of other people's spatial awareness, or they are spatially unaware. Yeah. Just bugs me on an airplane.
You mean like when they're like always on the armrest, especially if they're the aisle seat and they have two armrests?
Yeah. I don't even, not even that. Like that's a part of it. But I just mean like people that are like, when we've traveled, every time I've traveled, and I flew a lot like growing up and stuff, there's always people that have a carry-on that's oversized, carry-on, and they're like putting it in there and they're shoving it in and it's taking up the entire space. Like, sorry, there's no more room here. And there's not enough room for carry-ons. I've been on a flight where luckily we boarded B, because that's how Southwest works, right? And so there's no assigned seats. So like everyone, and there's like this little old lady and her stuff wouldn't fit. So they had to take her stuff and put it underneath because everybody had too much stuff. So I don't want to be that person. So I don't put anything over top. I just carry my one backpack and everything else goes underneath.
Okay. All right.
And if my thought is, because I get the free check bag. Right. I'm paying for that. I'm paying for that in my ticket price, right? Right. I'm going to put everything I can down there, and anything else I need needs to go in this backpack that I carry with me.
Yeah, okay.
Any other extra space, I probably don't need it. Like, there is no reason for me to have a check bag up there. I've already got all my stuff underneath. Right. Now, if I was trying to go without stuff underneath, then I would have a check bag, and I'd have to really vacuum seal that stuff, because I'm the guy that also packs 4 extra pairs of socks, because you never know how many puddles you might step in.
See, I just own that.
Or how many times you might poop your pants. You need 4 extra pairs of underwear.
I definitely do the 4 extra pair of underwear because you could poop your pants.
Yeah. Or you don't know if there's a pool.
Flops. What?
You don't know if there's a pool.
That's true, because if you're going to swim, you need more underwear.
More underwear, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're a board shorts guy. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your opinion? This is off script a bit. Because I was talking to one of my friends, and his now fiance was Austin. And she was talking about how he wears board shorts both to swim and to church. No. And it's just like knee length black board shorts.
Yeah. So there are things called hybrids. That are made by
Chubbies.
No. Oh. They're made by like maybe, I don't know. But they're made by like Hurley. You can usually get them at like Tilly's. Like O'Neill brand makes some. I have a pair, but I don't wear them normal. And usually it's like they're comfy. Like this, they're not that comfy that I feel the need to, have a pair of shorts that I might spontaneously decide to go swimming in. Right. Like if I'm going to go swimming, it's usually planned ahead because I don't have a towel. So why would I go swimming? And you can get a pair of shorts that are just as comfy. Right. So just do that.
Also, if you want to be prepared for spontaneous swimming, one, it's more fun if you're not dressed for the occasion, because if you're spontaneous swimming, then why not, right? But then 2, just wear gym shorts, like just wear
all the time.
Yeah,
that's way comfier, anyways.
Yeah, it is more comfortable. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're a fashion idea that some people will use, but I think they're really not. They're not that practical. Like you think like, oh, this is practical. Yeah. But then the real practicality of them is very small, because there's not very many times where I'm like, I'm gonna go to church. Might hit up the pool afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, why would I do that?
And I think if there was that occasion where you're like, I'm going to go to the pool right after church,
I'll bring extra shorts.
No, you just wear your swim trunks to church. And then people are like, oh, you're going to go to the pool?
You shouldn't wear your swim
yes.
trunks. I saw how short they were.
No. Those are the honeymoon swim trunks.
Yeah,
I have normal swim trunks too.
Okay.
Wait, the ones I wore paddleboarding, were those too short?
Yeah. That was a lot of leg, man.
I would probably still wear those.
You should not wear those to church.
Why not?
If you weren't as white as you are on your thighs, but people, if the lighting hits you right, people might think an angel's appearing in the middle of the church.
What if I shave my legs? Would it be less weird? Would it be more weird?
No, it'd be more weird.
What if I shave?
You should just not wear those shorts to church. That's the answer.
How about this? What if I shave a Bible verse into my
No.
hair.
The answer is still no. Just don't wear those shorts. You wear shorts. Don't wear those shorts.
All right. Hey, Ricky, I'm not going to wear those shorts to church.
Thank goodness.
Unless I go swimming after.
That was a lot of leg. All right. So how early do you arrive to the airport before your flight?
Probably like depending on the flight, an hour, hour and a half. If I'm really being anxious, 2 hours. But typically hour and a half or so.
I'm a 2-hour person.
Yeah, I figured you'd be a 2-hour person.
But it's not an anxious thing.
Right.
I'm super stressed when I get to the airport, no matter what, just because I hate the airport.
Yeah, and TSA is always like, wow, what am I going to do?
Yeah, and I'm not nervous. Like when we're going through TSA or security check,
Right.
and you're like taking your shoes off and doing all that stuff, I am not nervous about any of that part.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about putting my stuff through the conveyor belt and it going to the other side and someone taking my stuff. That's all I'm worried about.
Right.
And then what am I going to do? Because if that guy steals my laptop and then I can't go running, because if I go running while I'm in the middle of the security checkpoint, they're going to tackle me and he's going to get off with my laptop.
That's a good point.
It's a conundrum. So that's why I'm anxious about it. Once I'm through the security thing, I don't care. But the other thing, for me, the 2-hour thing, is because I kind of like the inside part of the airport. Once you're past security, I enjoy it.
Oh, really?
People watching is hilarious.
Okay, yeah.
My wife and I always have fun in the airport. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You guys got delayed.
Oh, yeah.
For your honeymoon. Coming back from our honeymoon, we were in the airport. I want to say we got there 8 a.m. Because we got off a cruise ship and we had nowhere to go. So and we had a private car that took us from the cruise ship to the airport.
Yeah.
And I almost upgraded our ticket to fly out. We got there and they were like, there's a flight, $100 each or whatever. And you can fly out in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And we would have made it. We would have been just fine. And I was like, yeah. And Eric was like, no, I'd be fine. We'll hang out. Because our flight wasn't until 4 or something.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, let's hang out all day. Well, then our flight got delayed. And then our flight got delayed. And I don't think we ended up leaving till 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
What? A 4 or 5 hour?
It was crazy long. And so we were there almost 12. We were 10 to 12 hours in the airport.
Yeah.
Had a blast. I mean, by the end, I was like, I'm ready to get home. But
right.
It was still fun.
Yeah, the problem for us was
airport.
Yeah, well, our problem was our flight was after 9 o'clock when everything closes.
Yeah.
So you can't go sit down and have some appetizers or whatever, and then just talk for a while. You just have to sit in the chairs. You don't. Really...
Yeah. That's why I'm a early morning flight person.
Yeah.
I always want to plan for the early morning because I'm you know what? I have to get up earlier, but if I'm sleepy tired, take a little nap on the plane if I have to. Doesn't matter. Normally, if I'm up though, I'm up and ready to go.
Yeah.
No matter how much sleep I got.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why I get there 2 hours early because I know we're probably not going to leave as early as you plan. So I plan to get there 2 hours early.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen. Right. But I'm not a person that's hour and a half because you're never there right when you want to be.
Right.
Because for whatever reason, all of a sudden the airport traffic gets awful when you're in a hurry.
Yeah, of course.
And then there's one thing that's open. You're we got to get through the airport.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to.
It's like when it rains right after you get your car washed.
Yeah.
It's just a universal thing.
Mm-hmm. Just happens. So that's 2 hours. And then you're there an hour and a half, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
But you start getting under an hour, you're risking it, man.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that. I don't think I would ever show up under
anxiety.
An hour.
That would give me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
I'd be punching people. Get out of the way.
Don't steal my laptop.
Yeah, but when we did get delayed, people were oh, because it was rain delay.
Yeah.
So then there's people that were, ours got delayed, but then there was a different flight going out because it wasn't delayed at Dallas Airport. It was delayed somewhere else. Well, it was ridiculous. People were running all over trying to get to other gates to get upgraded tickets to get out quicker. And then they didn't end up getting out anyways. And so then we sat there and then the storm hit Dallas. So then they shut everything down. The whole airport had just stopped. And I was like, whatever, we're just having fun. We finally got on the airplane. And we got out onto the tarmac and then it started raining again. So then it delayed us another 45 minutes.
While
so
you're in the plane?
Yeah, we were on the plane. That part sucked because you're sitting there and you can't get up. You can't get up. What if I have to poop, man?
Yeah.
This is 45 minutes. I've been in the airport all day.
Yeah.
Anyways, we made it work. It was fun. You just find things to do.
Yeah.
But that's why 2 hours, it's a nice gap.
Yeah.
You can go into the snack place and get your snacks that you weren't allowed to bring through security.
Yeah, but they're always twice the price.
That's okay, man.
That's fine. It's
I'm
like an
about
airport thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You just
It's
kind
kinda
of
like
plan
Disneyland.
for that
Yeah.
in your trip.
Yeah. The those like waits before you actually take off, where you're just sitting in your seat. That's when I just start like resurrecting all the old games that I had on my phone that I didn't realize were there, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh, I didn't know I could play Sudoku so
Yeah.
easily.
But it's a math game.
Yeah.
Not Sudoku. Well, Sudoku is math game. But it's a math game of you can't play too many games and kill your phone battery too quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta have one of those ones that
think it
has the
through.
chargers,
Yeah.
or just
Those are
plan
hard
on
to come by,
sleeping the
man.
rest of it.
Those are hard to come by in the airport. You got to fight people for chargers nowadays.
In the airplane? They
No, in
typically
the
have one-
airport.
Oh no, I'm talking about in the airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Like when
Well, it
you're
depends
waiting
on the
for it to
plane.
take off. Yeah.
We didn't say what most people for the luggage said they one check bag and one carry-on bag, which that's what I
kind of like you, yeah.
I think that's the way to go, especially if it's not like crazy expensive to check the bag.
Yeah. Who said 2 bags?
2+ bags. Crazy people. They're both younger people.
Younger people.
36.
What do you put in that second checked bag? It's a week.
Yeah, just you never know. What if you need some shoes, man? We didn't
What?
specify where they're going. Maybe they're going to a really fancy business meeting that lasts 7 days and you need 7 suits.
7 suits. Nah, you can at least recycle one of those suits.
No, man.
You can recycle probably 2 of them.
What if all the same people are in all the meetings? You can't recycle the same suit.
What are you gonna, you got 7 different color suits?
Yeah.
You bring a navy, you bring
That'd
a
be
gray, you
amazing.
bring a black.
If I had enough money-
it would be amazing, but you don't need it.
I
You
would
can just
have
be
a
like,
navy.
I had the people at the
I would
hotel
have
dry
a
clean this.
navy. I would have the blue that I have. I would have a black. I would have a charcoal gray. I would have a light gray. That's 5 right there. Then I would probably get some sort of thin pinstripe suit.
Yeah.
And then I would get a maroon suit, for the end when I'm feeling fancy.
Ricky, I understand.
You
that-
have a maroon suit.
No,
You can't say anything.
I understand that you could pick out 7 suits. I'm saying you don't
should.
need to pack 7
you
suits
should.
for a week long of meetings.
You should. If it's with the same people, what if it's the biggest business meeting of all time?
If it's
You're going to wear the same suit, you're going to look a fool.
You think
They're
these
not
people?
gonna buy
You
your-
think these people are typically going to the biggest business meetings
I don't know.
of all time?
I don't know. We left it open. We just
Write
said when
in,
you travel.
write in, you two, and tell us. Let us know. Do you need to pack 7 suits every time you go on a week-long trip? That's because they answered on the average.
Yeah. You want to know what's even crazier? There are 3 people that said they are 30 minutes before the flight. That's
3
when they get
people?
there.
Who did
3
that?
people. How early do you arrive there? Zach said that. Zach Paulson, you're a liar. I don't believe you. 30 minutes before your flight. That's ridiculous.
That is crazy.
I mean, he did fly a lot, but 30 minutes, there's not enough. What if there's a really long TSA line?
also,
What if you have to spontaneously go to the bathroom? There's no time.
yeah, you have
You're
to
not
wait.
going to
You
make
have
it
to
through
wait
security.
for the plane.
Yeah. Then you're going to have to just be
And you have to
run
sit
into
there
the
for
airplane.
45
Yeah.
minutes.
You're going to poop yourself one day, sir. And that's going to be unfortunate.
But it would be a good story.
You think you get kicked off the airplane?
If you pooped yourself?
Yeah, I think you would.
I don't know. People vomit. Well, I guess we're assuming it didn't. What?
Yeah, people vomit in a bag, though, usually.
You don't
I'm talking about
vomit-
you
don't vomit in your
pooping
pants?
You're pooping your pants, man. That's
Would you get-
That's much worse smell than
If
vomit.
you had not taken off yet, yeah, you probably would. Yeah, you'd probably get kicked
They'd
off.
kick you out, yeah. All right. What's the main reason you travel? Most people said to see friends and family. That's so nice of them.
Which is nice. That is really nice.
That's lame, though.
You
I'm going
said-
for the adventure.
Yeah, adventure and seeing places. I said seeing friends and family.
You're such a liar.
What? How?
Is that why you went on your honeymoon? Got him.
Yeah.
Look at you, look so dumb right now. You went to go see your family in Puerto Rico? No, sir.
I did. I saw Tony. She's my family now. In
You did-
Puerto Rico.
You didn't go to see her there.
Yep.
She went with you.
True.
You didn't go to see her there.
But I was
You were already
expecting to
with
see
her.
her there.
That's not the same thing.
I
You
don't
didn't.
know,
The
kinda.
reason wasn't seeing friends and family.
Okay, so maybe my most recent venture wasn't, but I think typically when I'm on a plane, it's to go see friends and family.
Where do you have family?
Illinois. Well, I don't have
Illinois.
California anymore. I used to have Washington, but then my brother.
You fly to California?
No, I don't. But
Oh.
I travel.
Mm.
I travel to California.
Mm-hmm. How many traveling trips do you take with your friends just to go see places?
I did one really big one in
The one where you died.
one where I almost died,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a week after
Because
that,
of the melted ice.
yeah, the melted ice, which we call water.
Water.
Yeah. And then there was one right after that where I went to see one of my friends in his lake house. So that was kind of both. It was like going to see the lake and also hang out with my friends. And that was the first time I jet skied, which was a great time.
Yeah. Can't be mad on a jet ski.
Can't be mad on a jet ski. And if
It's too
you
much
are,
fun.
you got to jump off.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of family that we go to visit. Like, the only people I'd go visit would be my grandparents in New Mexico that I can really think of. So most of our family is either here or we don't go visit them.
Yeah.
So usually when we're going to travel, it's for fun. Like, I want to go on a cruise again next year.
That'd be fun.
Just to go.
You've invited me to
I want to go with friends.
Yeah.
I'll invite everyone. I want all the friends to go. That'd be a great time.
That would be so much fun.
Just like, let's go have a giant cruise party.
I just want to do that thing where they like surf down the fake wave.
It's not that fun, man.
It looks fun though.
It's not.
I would do it.
I would rather actually surf.
No, man. Oh my gosh. I've been surfing. It was so hard. I got
Me
hit
too.
in the nose by that surfboard.
I've done both. And the wave thing, just as dangerous.
Really?
Yeah, because when you fall, you're not hitting, like, water's hard, but like, at least if you're not going that fast when like we're doing our kind of stuff, you're falling and hitting water and just hitting like solid plastic.
You know what's funny?
You're
though?
a tall guy.
So when you
you're
see
gonna
those
put your arms
videos,
down and that's gonna bam.
Yeah,
Gonna hit
probably.
hard.
But you can see those videos when somebody like falls and then the water keeps pushing them up and they can't get up.
You seen the one where the guy's
so
pants
good.
just come off?
No.
And he's like sitting there like in the water and they're trying to bring him his pants, but there's water just going everywhere and his swim trunks are shooting off and they're trying to grab. See? It's a mess, man.
I think at that point you just, all right, I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
And you just,
this is a dangerous
I'm
thing.
going to stay here for the rest of the day. If you pee, it's going behind you. So
Most people said they traveled to see friends and family.
yeah, that's
The next most popular though was to adventure and see new places. They were pretty close. I think like going to see friends and family is a huge part of traveling. Like it's really sweet. And it's wonderful once you get there and you're hanging out and you have this time.
Right.
For me personally, because we don't have a lot of family outside of Arizona that we go travel to see.
Yeah.
It's really fun when you get to go see new places with those friends and family. Like that's my favorite type of traveling.
That's fair. Yeah. Because you're still creating those memories, but it's like, hey, we all got to experience something, so it's not like we're just hanging around at your house. It's, we're all doing this together. It's new for all of us.
Right. Like I would hate to be stuck in the airport by myself.
Yeah,
like I would definitely pay to upgrade to get home quicker. Like I wouldn't hang out in the airport long by myself. But if I'm with my wife, like we just find things to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But my favorite form of traveling is cruises.
So here's a boat.
Cruises. Well, obviously, we're in Phoenix. You can't leave a cruise ship here. I guess we could drive, but to a port. But cruises are the best form of traveling, in my opinion. I like, hands down, my favorite thing. All the food is there. Like, if you don't want to, you don't even have to get off the boat. We always do.
Right.
You go to the port and you go do stuff. But man, it's just great. If you're in like you're in California. And it's, you're going to see Disneyland, and you're in a hotel, right near Disneyland, and it's 1 a.m. You're not going to go out and eat. You're just going to be hungry.
Yeah.
We're not on a cruise ship, and it's 1 a.m., and you're like, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. You're just going to go down to the food thing and go eat more food.
It's always open?
There's places that are always open.
What?
Yes.
That's
food
awesome.
All the time.
Is it like a on-ship Taco Bell or something like that? Or is it like good food?
It depends on the ship.
Right, of course.
But like the last cruise we went on, there was a pizza place that was open that had they had pasta, they had all sorts of stuff. And then there's the generic kind of like cafeteria type thing. Yeah. It was still great. I mean, cruise ship food was phenomenal. But that was open the whole time. But then the pizza place was the best. So I had so much pizza and pasta.
That sounds awesome.
But then they have like the fancy restaurants that was all included as well.
Yeah.
You still have to pay for tip and all that kind of stuff. But the actual meals all included. So we'd go. And it had been a while since I'd been on a cruise, and I had never been on one without my parents, right? So this was the first one, just like my wife and I were just like hanging out, and we go to dinner, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna order this appetizer, and she ordered hers, and I was like, I'll have that one, and I had shrimp cocktail because I love shrimp and marinara sauce.
Yeah.
And the next day, Eric was like, I'm not gonna get an appetizer. I was like, no, order the shrimp cocktail, so like I can have yours. Yeah. And then the server was like, sir, like you could just order 2 if you want. And she could just order. She didn't have to order. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'll have 2, please. And he brought 2. And then he brought my dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I have 2 more shrimp cocktail? And he was like, yeah. So I had 20 shrimp that night. And
that's awesome.
It was amazing.
And it's all part of the payment
It's
package?
all part of it, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Why do you ever stop eating?
Exactly. You don't.
That's amazing.
That's the beauty of cruises.
I'm going on a cruise.
You see, you have to come with me next year.
I'm so excited.
You just get on the boat, you go to eat, and then you go to your room, and then you go to eat, and then you go to the pool, and you go to eat, and then you go to a show, and then you go to eat, and then you go to sleep, and you get up, and you go to eat, and you get off whatever port you're at, you go do fun stuff, and you get back on the ship, and you eat, and you just keep eating.
That sounds amazing.
Why would you ever not go on a cruise?
If it's free food, like, might as well, right?
You go on an airplane, and they're like, "Here, do you want these bag of pretzels?" And you're like, "Yeah, I want the 8 pretzels that come in that bag." No, I want to go on a cruise where they feed me 80 pretzels.
And don't knock pretzels. Oh, you didn't knock pretzels. You said
you're
knocking quantity.
Stupid little bag that keeps getting smaller on the airplane, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, sir, do you want a Coke?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they don't even give me the Coke can anymore. Last time I was on a plane, they like poured it out in an even smaller glass, and they saved that Coke can. I'm like, "Give me the rest of that." What the heck is this, man?
It used to be that they would give you the small glass with ice, and then they'd also give you the can.
the soda.
Yeah.
Now they're like, "Shh, nope, we're not doing that. Inflation. Give me the Coke can."
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, a cruise.
You can afford to give me this can of Coke.
Yeah, but a cruise is a different kind of traveling because your cruise is also kind of your destination, right? It's like.
No.
I understand that. I understand that you have the ports, but also your cruise is like that's your event, and then like the port is like a side event.
Yeah, but think about this. Let me throw this number at you, okay?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Is it money?
Yeah.
How much it costs to go on a cruise?
Yeah.
Okay.
So think about this. You're on an airplane.
Yeah.
Let's say you're going to Florida.
Okay, I'm going to Florida.
It's been a while since I've been to Florida. It was our honeymoon.
Yeah.
I want to say our flights were like $500.
Yeah, okay.
Is that fair?
Round trip for both of you? Or?
Okay. No, per person. I don't know. Paul, look up how much it would go to Florida this week. Thank you.
This week?
Yeah. Or next week. I don't care. Just give us an estimate cost to fly to Florida from here.
Clearly, you don't know flights as well as you know animals.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to say about $500. I can go on a cruise. I can book a cruise for next year. I already looked at it. I almost booked it the other night.
Really?
But I didn't want to make an impulsive decision without my wife. Growth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Nice.
We could go on a 7-day cruise in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Going to see the same place we saw for honeymoon because I was like, it's been 4 years. It was fun. We loved Roatan. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
700. It was $750 a person. The total was like, but then it was buy one, get the second one half off. So the total was like $1,400 for a week.
And that's all the food and the board.
All the food,
room and board.
And the staying there, $1,400 for 7 days. Now I'm going to pay that for 7 days of me eating. You've seen me eat. It doesn't stop.
Of course. And it also exceeds what it normally does if it's free. If it seems free. And also if it's actually, it exceeds more if it's you thinking that's what you're getting your money.
And I'm not just eating pretzels. You're eating burgers. You're eating,
pizza.
Steak. You're eating duck if you want duck. You're eating escargot. You're eating shrimp.
Duck.
You're eating pizza. You're eating all this food. $700 some. And the second one is half off. But if I'm going to Florida, it's going to cost me
$642.
$600 a person?
A person.
$640. And that's what? 4 or 5 hours there and 4 or 5 hours
Sure,
back?
you don't even have food.
A full day.
You don't even have a hotel.
I'm going to get
7-hour trip.
a 7-hour trip. So let's it's going to be quicker on the way back because that's how the math works because of the way the world spins. So we're going to say 12 hours, half a day. And they're going to give me 1.5 Cokes and 13 pretzels. Cost me $700.
Yeah.
But I could go travel by boat in the water for 7 days and pay the same cost for a single person.
Let me ask this, though, because we're Arizonians. Did you have to drive to California? Is that where you took off, or did you take off from Florida?
We left. Well, we left from Galveston for our honeymoon. Actually.
Where is Galveston?
Texas. We flew to Texas.
You flew to. So you did have to pay for the flight as well.
Yeah. Well, our cruise was gifted to us for our honeymoon.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It's very nice. But yeah, we flew because we got married and then we left the next morning.
Paul, what's a flight to Texas? See if you can look that one.
It was like $300.
It was $300? Okay, that's pretty good. So
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
your
If
total
we
cost
go
was
on a
probably
cruise,
$2,000.
We go on an odd cruise together.
Yeah.
Maybe we bring our wives. We can discuss this.
Yeah. Just you and me.
Yeah.
We'll share a bed. Cheaper that way.
Yeah,
That's why.
No, man, you could get a room. The rooms can have up to 4 people in them.
What? There's a suite or just a really big bed?
No, really big bed. They have 2 different beds.
Oh, okay.
They also have ones, depending on the cruise line, that have bunk beds in them. We get bunk beds. You wouldn't fit in a bunk bed at a cruise ship. That'd be
I just be the bottom one and I put the chair. There's a chair in the room, obviously.
No, the rooms are small.
They don't have a chair?
So if we go and we also figure out how to get a group rate because we get enough people go on the flight with us, we get cheaper flights.
What? Oh, okay. We can get a group rate. Oh, group rate for flights.
Yeah, we get enough people to go.
How many people do we got to get to go? We're planning this on the Oddcast.
Exactly, but we're talking about travel. I'm trying to convince you that cruises are the best way to travel.
I'm slowly coming around to it, but I think the final nail in the coffin? Yeah, sure. To kill this analogy. This question
the death
or whatever.
of travel.
The death of all other travels.
Yeah.
Would be me actually going and having a good time.
Yeah,
because it's all in the head, but it hasn't actually happened. So I do think next year we got to go on a cruise.
And think about this. Let me add this part. Okay, the excursions you can just pre-book. We were supposed to go on a cruise in September. It's not going to happen.
Right.
COVID. They actually sold the ship.
Wow,
that's crazy. They just got rid of the ship. They just sold it. Who buys cruise ships?
That's what I was going to ask.
I don't know.
Do you think it was a person or a company? Probably a company.
Probably a company. If a person just bought a cruise ship, that is so baller.
That's so baller.
So cool. They probably brought a rose to whoever they proposed to.
Yeah. Yep, probably a single white rose.
But we were like planning where we're going to go and what we're going to do because you have the ports and then you can figure out what you want to do in each port. But when we went to Roatán for our honeymoon, it was one of the ports. We went to a private beach, okay, that was a part of the cruise ship. You get on your little bus, go out to this private beach. It was beautiful, just gorgeous water, just crystal clear, just so much fun. But then just being able to kind of choose what you want to do. So different places, we went snorkeling or we went shopping. We just went to one. We just wanted to go walk around kind of the town and just see what the village was like. So because there was like this little village right off where we're at. So it's the ability to kind of choose is great, but it's also nice because like you don't have to figure out how you're going to get there. You don't have to try and rent a car.
Right.
I mean, if you try and do stuff that's off ship without, the cruise line, then you might have to do all that stuff. But man, it's so nice to be able to be like, all right, I booked my thing. Now I'm going to book all these things that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But like if you go, like when my family goes to Florida or whatever, and you're like trying to figure out how you're going to go to Disney World, then you got to figure out how you're going to get from your hotel, what hotel you're going to stay in, then what shuttle company is going to bus you from the hotel to here, and then how are you going to get back for lunch? And it's like, it's too much work, man. That's why I like cruises. I'm lazy. If I'm going on vacation, I want to be lazy. I want to sit somewhere, and I just want to eat food and have a nice view. That's travel to me.
That sounds it sounds great.
It is great.
Honestly, I think that sounds like something that the older I get, the more I'll appreciate.
The older I get, the more I appreciate. I understand why my dad was always so grumpy when we went on family vacations.
Yeah, because everybody's complaining?
No. Oh. Because we were always doing stuff, and he just wanted to be an old man sitting there doing nothing and eating food. And we didn't let him do that. We were like, Dad, come on, let's go on Space Mountain. He's like, oh, gosh. All right, kids.
As he's holding his churro, he's like, I just want to eat this churro.
God. I want to eat my giant turkey leg.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got here. I'm sorry that I've decided to convince you. But, man, we got to go on a cruise.
We do got to go on a cruise.
If you've never been on, or if you have been on a cruise, let us know. Because I honestly think they are the best thing ever. And people that don't like cruises are usually like, I'm scared of boats. You're more likely to die on an airplane. Google it.
You're also way more likely to die while you drive.
Yeah.
Not to scare you or anything.
Probably walking and chewing gum.
You really? No.
Yeah. And there's people like, so many people go missing on a cruise ship.
Okay. That's awesome. Great mystery.
It's a mystery. I haven't. Nobody I know that I know has. People that go missing on a cruise ship are usually because they go by themselves and they're not with other people.
Yeah.
Like if we all went together and all of a sudden it was like 3 days and we're like, where's Alex been? That means we're bad friends.
Okay. I was going to say, I hope you would notice if it's been like 3 hours and I'm gone. You're like,
where it's people doing dumb stuff. They're like, you know what we should do? We should go explore the ocean by ourselves in this country that we know nothing about.
Or they're like, do you think I can jump off this and do a flip into the ocean?
No.
And they get eaten by a whale.
They just jump off the ship.
Yeah.
They're big too, man.
Whales or ships?
Both. When you go see a cruise ship, you're like, oh, yeah, a cruise ship is big. Then you get next to it and you're like, oh.
Cruise ship is big.
This is different.
Well, it's a hotel and restaurant and amusement park on, I was going to say on wheels, but it's definitely not on wheels.
No, not on wheels.
I bet you there's small wheels at the bottom if they ever have to like.
No, there's not wheels.
No? I guess small wheels probably wouldn't do anything for a cruise ship.
Small wheels on a giant ship.
I'd put them on just for fun. Training wheels down there.
Well, to get to our cruise next year, we have to fly there because we can't leave from, Phoenix.
Yeah.
And, I guess we could drive, but we don't want to do that because to Galveston, it's a long trip.
Yeah.
And we don't want to finish our cruise and have to drive all the way back. So we're going to fly, okay? I'm planning this out for us. And we decide, you know what? We're gonna book all of our tickets together.
Group pricing. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to fly Southwest because it's just better that way. Southwest, you just choose your seat. There's no assigned seats. Right. So you're walking down the aisle. Say a miracle happens and we're Group A boarding.
Yep.
We're at the start. You get the pick of the land. Are you sitting in the front, middle, or back of the plane?
Okay, yeah. This is I'd probably sit. I mean, if you have your pick, front of the plane.
Front of the plane?
Yeah.
Closer the better?
Closer to the front.
Are you
the
like,
better.
I want a couple rows back?
I actually, if the very front row is open, I'd choose that because it typically has the most leg room.
Yeah.
And I need that.
You're a big man.
Exactly.
All right. What seat are you sitting in then?
It depends. So, but because we have the group, right?
Yeah.
I would probably choose the
Say
window
that
seat.
somebody in the middle, you can't have the middle seat though. It's COVID. No one's allowed to sit in the middle seat.
Even if we're part of the same group?
They're going to sit someone that you don't know. This is reverse COVID. Yeah.
Well, that really goes against my plan because what I did for Puerto Rico is I'm more of an extrovert. So I was like, Tony, you sit by the window. I'll sit in the middle seat so that you don't have to sit next to somebody that you might feel uncomfortable or whatever.
I understand you sacrifice for your wife.
Right.
That's why I'm taking that out. I just want to know raw emotion. Where do you want to sit?
Window for sure.
You're a window guy.
I'm a window guy.
You look out the window the whole time?
I don't know. I like, even though I'm an extrovert, I'd like to this is my corner. I just if I want to read, I can read. And I can lean back on the wall. Sorry, I leaned back from the mic when I did that.
Yeah, I don't know where you were leaning to. You probably leaned off camera too.
I might have, yeah. Maybe I leaned exactly on the edge of the camera. That would have been great. But no, you can lean on the wall. You can put your head there, so that if you need to, if you want to rest, it's just like an easy tilt. Plus, I typically bring a pillow or something.
So it's not. You bring a pillow too?
Sometimes, yeah. Especially if it's a night
in your
one.
backpack.
If it fits.
Are you carrying another thing on?
Sometimes
you're that guy.
It does not matter. It's all going to my seat except for the carry-on. So carry-on goes up, backpack, and pillow comes with me.
That's too many.
Who
things,
am I bothering him?
That's too many things. So you're not using the window for the view.
I use it for leaning. Both. You do both.
You didn't say the view though. You said you like it for your corner and for
I like
leaning.
it primarily for the leaning because I look out the window at takeoff and landing and once in the middle of the flight. It's not like
you look 3 times. That's all you allow yourself. Do
3,
you close
maybe
it?
4. Yeah. Well, it depends.
See, there's a social dynamic of when you're the window seat. Now you have too much power.
No, that's a good thing.
Well, it's a bad thing.
You got to make decisions, man.
No.
Yeah,
that's bad. That's bad.
During the day, you keep it open.
You know what you do? You wait till the person next to you falls asleep, and if they fall asleep on you, you just open the window. That wakes them up.
Oh.
Then you don't have to wake them up.
I just yell. Just a good like that. There.
That just broke someone's eardrums. Sorry about that.
I tried to lean back so it would work. It also showed up on your mic when we were looking at the spikes.
That was awful for whoever is listening to this.
Yeah, sorry. You got a good scare. Yeah. Actually, what you're experiencing right now as the listener is what the person sitting next to me would have experienced.
Yeah, exactly. Is there a reason you're not an aisle person? Because you're tall, man. You could put your leg out in the aisle.
No, but that's not good because if you if I'm on a plane, there's a good chance that I'll take a nap, right? Unless I've got something to do that day. And I can't sleep in a chair that I have nothing to lean on. I can't just it doesn't.
But now you have a wife to lean on. You put her in the middle, you lean on her. You get all that leg room.
No, see, what I would do is I would lean on the wall, and then I'd have her lean on me.
But then where are you going to put your legs? You're so tall.
I put them where hers are. I just take.
You're just going to take her leg room?
She gets to lean on me. I get to take her leg room. All right, it's part of the whole thing.
But I'm saying you guys could lean on each other, and your legs could be out in the aisle.
No, leaning on each other never works. It never works.
I disagree.
All right. Well, the problem with the leg in the aisle is somebody's coming around with a cart at some point, and if I'm not alert, I'm getting hit in the knee.
Listen, man. The cart now, we just talked about this. The cart now only comes around in the first 20 minutes of the flight.
That's
They're
not
never
true.
coming back.
No, they come with mid-flight stuff. At
No.
least JetBlue did.
Well, that's because where were you flying to Puerto Rico from? How long was that flight?
New York?
How long was the flight from New York?
Maybe
JetBlue did from here to New York or from New York to Puerto Rico?
both. So it's probably like 4 or 5 hours.
And they came around twice with two different like drinks
Like once at the beginning to offer stuff, another time in the middle, and then
to offer more stuff.
Yeah,
Like
and then
did they have the cart the whole time?
they had the cart. Yeah, yeah. They
That's a
weren't
lot
like
of
they
cart.
weren't like writing down orders like I'll be back. You know,
Hey,
but
I've seen that.
really,
Mm-hmm.
like for food or for drinks?
Both.
Wow. But then they bring the cart around and bring them to everybody.
The first time they brought the cart around, but the second time they didn't. But I guess we haven't flown anywhere very far in a while.
Yeah,
we did Seattle, but that's not that long.
That's not too
fly.
far. Yeah, they came around multiple times, and that's my thing with the aisle seat is like you do get that, but you have to be alert to where you don't get your foot run over, you know, and that's something that I don't want to have to do. I don't want to have to worry about me napping.
I'm just gonna put my foot in the aisle, man.
Yeah,
They'll trip before they hit it with the cart. There's two people on the cart usually, one on each side.
No, I always had it where one person was like it was one person bringing a cart from one side, and then one person bringing a cart from another side, and they can meet in the middle and they go back.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know there's a person on both sides?
Because you can see.
You're sitting in the middle then, huh? Not if you're in the front, you can't see because you're looking forward.
Well, I'm saying
can't look back, that's
I'm talking
illegal.
about like typical flights I've taken. You know, I've seen them on both sides. But in this hypothetical situation, I would choose the front, and I probably wouldn't care about the person on the back.
That's
But what I'm saying is there's still the person in the front. Although, actually, I take it back. In this hypothetical situation, you don't have to worry too much about the knee and the foot because if I'm in the front row, they're going to see me before they enter the place. But if I'm any other seat, that may not happen
All right.
because they're focused on other people's orders.
Yeah. I'm even going off. You're on the front.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You
If
get to
I'm
choose,
the
man.
front seat, I'd probably still choose the window.
I don't mind the window. I like the aisle though because I like the space.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and in a situation on the plane, I don't want to be up against the window. I want to be able to take care of business, whatever that may mean.
What business are you going to take care of?
What if there's someone on the plane that I need to beat up? You're not going to be able to do that from the window. You're at a disadvantage.
I'll
You
beat up
can't
the
even-
window.
You can't even stand up. That thing comes down. You're going to try and stand up in a hurry, and you're going to knock yourself out. You just killed yourself.
If that happens to me, would you put one of those masks on me so I can breathe?
No, I'd put it on myself first. That's the rule.
Of course.
Then I would put one on you. Yes.
Yeah. And then you'd check to make sure I was okay, and then you'd beat up the guy.
No.
You wouldn't beat
I
up
would
the
beat
guy?
up the guy first, man.
What if I die?
He's the biggest threat. Though that's your fault. You shouldn't have sat near the window. You should have sat out where I am.
I'm going to
So
die from
both-
window seats?
We both could have beat him up.
So lame.
See, you got to think about the
Wait,
threats.
whoa.
Also, if there's an emergency,
Ricky.
if there's an emergency, the flight's going down, we got to exit. You don't want to be the person stuck in the window area. I want to be the person on the aisle so that I can push other people out of the way and get my wife out of there. Forget the other people. I'm saving us.
Hold on, because there is the other option of I'll sit in the emergency exit seat, which also has extra.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
Extra, but I'm saying the window seat in that situation is definitely the best.
That's only if you're on the wing, though.
Right? Yeah, of course, but still,
then you don't got a view. You're looking at a wing.
No, you still have a window. Oh, you mean the wing? The wing's kind of the coolest part when you're up in the air. Otherwise, it's just like, oh yeah, it's clouds again.
Yeah, the coolest part. You're like, oh, here goes the flaps.
Hey, it's cool, man. It's modern engineering. For those of you who are just listening and not listening with your eyes, Ricky is making an up and down motion with his hand. It's very
The slats and the flaps. That's all you're looking at.
the slats.
Mm-hmm. Google it afterwards.
Is that like a technical plain word?
Yes.
Got it. All right.
Anyways, we'll wrap this up. But I think you should reattempt the aisle. It sounds like you're scared of the cart thing, but you should fly Southwest. Okay, we should fly Southwest.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll sit in the emergency area seats because we are able-bodied people.
Okay.
And we could help others, and we like to do that.
But we'll make
And
sure to
then-
push our wives through first.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna help them first,
Yeah,
obviously.
obviously.
But then we're gonna fly to our cruise destination, and we're gonna go on a cruise, and we're just gonna eat all the food.
Okay, I'm down.
All right.
But
Paul, you coming with?
Absolutely.
He said yes.
awesome. I need one of you two to sit in the middle seat so that I can go and lean on you
That's
real
fine.
real good.
You just need to get that. Have you seen that neck pillow thing that holds your neck up? It's like a neck brace, but it's all pillowy.
What?
It's a thing. Google that. That's the most important thing you Google today. Look on Amazon. They got a thing that it's like a inflatable thing that helps hold your neck up so you can sleep upright.
That's very strange, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not gonna get that, but I'll think about it.
That might solve a lot of your problems.
Maybe.
Because no matter how I sleep on a plane, I wake up, I'm like,
Okay. Well, last question. Is it okay to push your seat back in a plane?
no.
Yes, I think it is. They only let you push it back 3 inches. It's not like
No, man. Listen. Have you ever had a person in front of you push your seat back?
Like every
All
plane
of a sudden,
ride.
you can't move. The only way it's acceptable is if everyone then it's like a domino thing. But if only like every other, now you got this weird you can't move. I think you just leave it upright because it's only 3 inches. That's the same thing, right? So it's not that big of a movement, and all of a sudden you're like, I kept my neck from aching.
No, I
just
think
leave it straight up.
I think it's the difference between sitting up straight and chillaxing.
Okay. None of us in this room have posture so good that 3 inches is real. We're just gonna slouch anyways.
Yeah,
right.
But I'm gonna slouch in a more relaxed posture.
I'm a reader on the plane, so I got the thing down, the tray, and I'm reading and I'm leaning forward reading.
Okay.
If that thing is leaning back further, now I'm like, I don't want that.
Got it.
Don't recline. It's not worth it. It's not that far. If you're in first class, you do you, man. You earn that. You paid so much money for that. You can recline.
I paid money for my ticket. I deserve to be able to lean back.
No.
Listen, if you're in front of me on a plane, you can lean back. I'll be okay. I'll just lean back too. Whoever's behind me.
It's not about the person in front of you. You got to talk to the person behind you. You got to make sure they're cool with it.
They put this in the plane for a reason. All right, that's what it's for.
Yeah, it's a fake idea of luxury.
They only let it go back a certain amount because they don't want the person to be too uncomfortable. All right, this is just how planes are designed, and I think you take advantage of that.
You went to plane design school?
No, but my brother worked for Boeing for a little bit, so basically,
and he said that?
I inherited it.
He said that to you?
He said
that's why
that's
they
what he said.
3 inches.
That's what he told me.
I don't believe you.
He said I talked to Mr. Boeing, and he said that those 3 inches that you get to recline back are there for your luxury.
I think it's for a fake idea of luxury. Like, oh, look, this plane's so nice. It lets me recline. Because you know what people do? They get in, they recline, like, oh, this one reclines more than the last one. No, it doesn't. You just think it does.
Oh, and then they further the lie by being like, you need to be fully straight up when we land.
Yeah. And then it's just like the idea of like how food gradually gets smaller. And you don't realize it a ton because just little increments is getting smaller.
Yeah.
Eventually, that recline, they're gonna make the seats
forward,
and then when you recline, you're just sitting straight up and down. You're gonna think it's a good thing. It's not. No reclining.
It will be a good thing
seats.
for you because you'll be leaning forward reading.
Here's what I think: no reclining in the seats. They all should just be angled slightly back a little more, and just keep them in a solid state, but angle them back a little more. So everybody's already pre-reclined.
I think that's I agree with that. I think that's a great idea.
No movement. The moment you add variables into a flight where people can do, now there's social pressures and social issues that come up.
Right.
Same thing with the up and down on the window, because then you get people fighting. That's why you get fights on planes. People fight on planes over that stuff. I'm telling you.
Listen, if you're fighting on a plane about the window, unless it's like something where you get like really motion sick if there's a window's not open or something, or if the window's open, whatever it is. You're being petty. You can't do that. That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. But
if you're going to start a fight over the window, you deserve to be taken down by the sky marshal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. People are petty. Take all those things off the table, no issues.
Yeah, all right. I'm fine with that.
They should have better bathrooms. Just make that a little bigger. Okay? Just a little bit. Just a little.
Yeah.
I would be okay with one less row seats. I know they're trying to make their money. One less row seats. Give me a little bit bigger bathroom.
Would you be okay with paying for the excess of that row of seats so that the bathroom would be bigger? Like,
well, not
as it being
myself.
split up between. There's probably like how many people can fit on a plane? 100?
I don't know. It depends on the plane. No, more than 100, man. You flying on tiny
106?
Planes? No, planes are huge.
Like 150?
I don't know. I don't know how many. I'm not gonna venture a number, but it's more than 100.
How many rows do you think there are? There's 6 per row. There's probably about 30 rows, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking 6 times 3 is 180. Yeah, so they'd be,
and that's on like a
6 times 3.
Now they got the big planes, like the buses. They're like double-decker planes.
They have double-decker planes?
Yeah.
How do they do that? They just put 2 planes on top of each other and they weld the noses? Or there's 4 pilots, or 2 pilots, 2 co-pilots.
I don't know. We don't need to get in a plane. Ask your brother. He worked for Boeing.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
What's your words of wisdom on travel?
It's okay if you don't like him.
Sure.
All right. If you're going to travel, well, one, consider a cruise, because I am. I'm
Go on
considering,
a cruise.
Yeah, his words of wisdom are go on a cruise.
Yeah.
My words of wisdom are consider going on a cruise.
That's it? That's the whole words of wisdom?
No, I got more. I got more after this.
Got it.
You got gold.
Okay, what else?
I'm about to release.
You going to sneeze?
No, what? I can't. Can you sneeze gold?
No. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, if you're going on a week-long trip, don't pack 2 bags. Unless you got a crazy business meeting where you need to have 7 suits.
Okay, you need to clarify. You packed 2 bags.
You're right. You're all right. Touche. 2 bags, Shay. Don't pack don't check 2 bags. Don't check 2 big duffel bags. That's ridiculous. You can live on less than that for a week.
Yeah. I guess. Unless you're going to like a deserted island.
Why would you do that?
Don't know.
Yeah, if you're gonna Bear Grylls it, it's cooler. It's cooler if you don't have 2 bags though.
Well, not if you die.
What are you gonna put in there?
I don't know.
You think they're gonna let you check an axe? Probably.
Yeah, it's underneath. Who cares?
Okay.
Well, guys, thanks for listening. Go on vacation. You deserve it. Well, you probably don't deserve it, but go anyways. Because making memories is fun. Go with a friend too. Go with us. Invite us. We'll go.
Yeah.
As long as it's free.
Yep.
Because
you pay for it.
We don't have any money. But we love you. We're thankful that you're listening. And remember, stay out.